Hello, people. It is currently like 12:30 in the morning. I'm tired and I should be going to bed soon. But what better time is there than to film a collection update video? This is like the fourth one I've filmed over a period of like 5 months. Because what's happened is the first couple ones, the audio quality was really bad in them, so I had to refilm it. And eventually, when I filmed the third one, which had a good audio quality, I kept forgetting to upload it. Now I have new figures and stuff, and so I'm like, well, this isn't accurate anymore. I gotta make a new one. This is the last one I'm making, though. I'm not gonna make another one. But so let's just get started with it. We have the Eofauna Triceratops right here. Really nice figure, the cryptic version, which I think is the superior version, which is why I have it. Zuni, we've had before. Packy. This Packy's been through a time, man. This is easily my least well maintained BOTM figure because he's got several scuffs on him. One time I was taking pictures of him in a river. I ended up scuffing his feet on the rocks in the river, so he's got some paint scuffs down there. You can't really see him because of the shadow. To those of you who've seen Spider Dino, if you haven't, I'm about to say a spoiler for it, so now is your time to skip like 20 seconds ahead. But in it, when I have him dressed up as the Armored Packy and he breaks down the wall of books, if I was to do that again, I definitely would not have the figure actually ram into the book, because that's what I did. I actually rammed the figure into the book for that shot. But what happened is the lighting's not that good, but you can see he's got a mighty scuff on his boss right there from me doing that, which is very unfortunate. Luckily, it's not that noticeable when I'm at a distance, right? Because his boss is so shiny. But still, it's something that I have there, and I think is a bit of a wake up call for me whenever I'm filming or taking pictures with any of these guys. Is I get kind of into a zone where I kind of forget about the well being of the figure sometimes, and I need to always make sure I do that. I actually slow down and remember what I'm doing, because especially with BOTM stuff, I mean, they're so expensive that you don't want to damage them, right? But this one is one of my new favorite ones. This is the Fan's Choice Medusaceratops. Oh my gosh, this thing is so cool. I mean, it's got just the white on the face. The fact that the only white on it's on the face just stands out so much. The iridescent paint job. Oh my gosh, this thing is amazing. The colors on the horns, this is easily one of my favorite ceratopsians. Probably one of BOTM's best ceratopsians. Here's Spiclipius, which actually lived with Medusaceratops, so they go together, which is kind of neat. You've seen those two. This guy I got in the same package as the Medusaceratops. This is the 1/18th Protoceratops, so he's in scale with all the rest of the ceratopsians here, well, except for the 1/35th trike. Or subadult trike, but 1/35th trike is what it is. This guy is also really cool. When I first unboxed him, I was a little disappointed because his colors are not exactly the same as on the big one. This one's definitely a lot darker, not as bright, but I've grown to like it over time, about a week I've had it. We got the Chasma there, Utah Ceratops. This dude is gorgeous. I love his colors. He really stands out. He's my second biggest ceratopsian, probably my second biggest figure, to be honest, because he's a little bit bigger than the Packy. Really cool dude. Love him. Okay, it's probably about time that we acknowledge the existence of the Nendroids here, because I know they were not here last time. Between last collection video and now, my friends have gotten me into watching anime and reading manga. And as a result of me doing that, I've also gotten into Nendroids. So Nendroids, for those of you who don't know, I basically describe as Pops, but better. Because they're got a similar style to Pops in the sense that they're like, have big heads and stuff, but they're just so much more higher quality. First off, they have articulated pieces. These two are like almost completely articulated. A lot of the other ones just have interchangeable parts, but still they allow you to get a whole bunch of different poses. They have different, they actually have faces, unlike Pops. They have different faces that you can put on the figure. So you just get a lot more interchangeability. They're really well made. They hardly ever have quality control issues. These two are obviously some of my favorites, Joseph and Cars. Joseph was my first ever Nendroid, actually. Cars is the fourth Nendroid I've ever gotten. He's pretty new. I've only had him for a few weeks now. But Joseph I got way back in February. And I love Joseph so much. I love his character so much in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Oh, these guys are both from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2, by the way, in case you didn't know. He's just got such a style to him. I love his drip. He's just so cool. And Cars is also amazing. I love his drip. I love all the different shades on Cars' hair. He's so well made. He's great. This brings us to Levi. Levi is from Attack on Titan, which is my favorite show, if you didn't know. And he's a really cool Nendroid. He looks really neat. I will say I think he's objectively my worst Nendroid, though, just because he's kind of finicky. Some of his parts don't stick him on that well, like his arms don't attach that well. It's kind of hard to move a lot of his pieces underneath his cape and his ODM gear and stuff. So he's a really cool piece, but he's not that fun to play around with like my other Nendroids are. Which is why I think I have to say he's objectively my worst one. Wendy Ceratops, he's really cool, facing off with the Styracosaurus. I'm pretty sure Styracosaurus is new. That's a great BOTM figure. Eofauna, Atlasaurus, Subadult Trike. And then here we have the PNSO Dunkleosteus, which I think is PNSO's best figure easily. I don't collect a lot of their figures, but I think this one's the best one, and that's why I have it. It's actually my only figure of theirs, but I'm fine with that because I think this is just the best Dunkleosteus figure that's ever been made. I mean, just look at it. It's got such a nice pose to it. It's got lovely colors, and it's great. Their mouth is articulated, which I can't really show off because one hand's holding a microphone, one hand's holding a camera, but I assure you it is. It's got a really cool mechanism where both the upper jaw and lower jaw open. Yeah, he's just really neat. Now we're on to the Chainsaw Man Nendroids. These two are really neat, though I only am able to display them together for the last week because I just got Power like a week ago, whereas I've had Denji since like March. You might be wondering why that is. Well, the reason why is because when I bought Denji, I hadn't actually read Chainsaw Man yet. I bought him more as a investment because I figured I was going to really like Denji because my friend had been saying that I'm going to really like Chainsaw Man when the anime comes out because I was planning on watching the anime at the time. But then eventually I read the manga, and then eventually when I did that, I was like, oh, I need Power too. Why didn't I get Power? So I was able to get Power. I bought her off of a close friend of mine, and now I have them both together, and I think they look great together. Power just adds so much of a presence next to Denji. And obviously, I mean, she's the greatest being to ever exist, as, she'll tell you. And it's cool to have all the Chainsaw Man Nendroids that are out at the moment. I'm probably going to ultimate collect the Chainsaw Man Nendroids, to be honest, because, I mean, Chainsaw Man has just such cool character designs, especially for the fiends and devils and stuff. BOTM Triceratops. This is one of my favorite figures. I mean, all of these guys up here are some of my favorite figures, which is why I've been spending so much time on them. But this is my largest figure in my collection, and he's just so cool. I mean, look at the paint scheme. Just everything about it is just amazing. I think it was totally worth the price. I know some people are a bit hesitant on it because of the price, but I think it was totally worth it. It just looks amazing. It's so awesome. It has such a size impact on the shelf. Speaking of size impact, in terms of length, we have the Eofauna Diplodocus, which is a really nice Diplodocus, really nice to have an accurate one. Diabloceratops, Bigfoot's back there. And that's basically it for the top shelf, which is, basically BOTM Nendroids, as well as some other things that are all just some of my favorite. Here are my favorite things that are not as good as these things, if that makes sense. We got the Eofauna Giga, Schleichstockosaurus, some more Eofauna stuff up there. Papospino, because Papospino is really neat. We got Gizzard up there. Oh, and we have Cars' alternate head. just screaming up there, which is pretty great. Um, as far as the rest of these guys go, I mean, not too much else has changed. Oh, here's I want to put him up on a higher shelf at some point. I just don't have the room for him at the moment. But this is David's repaint of the Adaphosaurus that I got. And oh my gosh, is this thing amazing. This thing is so much better than the other one. I wasn't planning on selling the other one, but I'm going to sell the other one now just because this guy is just, he's so cool. I just love his colors. I've reorganized the this was in DI slash meme shelf quite a bit. I've also got quite a few new additions to it. So we have, as far as the this was in DI, we have all those little guys in the center there. We have Uno, Maggie, and Spike. We have season 4, Uno. Sorry, season 5, Uno, and the DI Moose. Everyone else is just a meme in various ways. Gigant's the most recent addition. You know, hey guys, hey you guys, you guys. Some other things that I've gotten over time or my friends have given to me. Cooter, we got the Schleich sperm whale back there. Kristen, because Kristen's funny. Mike, because Mike is funny. That's not the Mike that was in DI, but that's mine. We have Paturi. And then everything else is really things that have been in previous videos that have been seen before. I have not been getting a lot of Collector, Safari, or Papo figures recently. I mean, things that make it the bulk of my collection and things that I was getting before. I've really been basically investing all my time in Eofauna, which I've essentially ultimate collected. I mean, I don't have the alternate paint scheme of the trike, but I think it still counts. And BOTM figures and Nendroids at the moment, just because these are things I all really, really love, and I think are just really well made, and I think a lot more well made than some of the other things I have. It's these guys have really made me realize, because just so many of the figures I've been getting recently have just been figures that I just love, right? I mean, like, this is most of the new additions from the previous collection update, right? And I love all of them so much. And they've really made me realize just how if there's a figure that I'm not too sure I'm gonna like, or I'm just getting because I'm like, it's decent, that's kind of a sign I shouldn't be getting it. Because just why waste time getting just kind of minor little things when I could be getting things that I opened up and just like, oh my gosh, this thing's so cool, right? But as far as future of the collection goes, definitely more BOTM figures. I'm basically done with the Ceratopsians, if you couldn't tell. There's one more I know I'm going to get. I know I'm going to get the Centro, and then I might end up getting the Penta. We'll have to see. But that's going to be it for my Ceratopsian line. And then we're on to the Tyrannosaurus baby, which I don't think I'm going to get as many of. I'll obviously get new Eofauna stuff when they get it. And the biggest thing I want to expand decently right now is the Nendroid collection, because I've only got 5 at the moment. But I definitely want to get some more. But yeah, that's my collection update at the moment. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you have a good day / night / afternoon / whenever you're watching it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.